In the previous video, we have seen some important methods on Java strings and how to convert an integer to a string, what is a number format exception, and how to get substrings from a string. So, this is completed. In this video, we will see how to compare two strings and how to concatenate two strings. Normally, for comparing two integers or two double values, that means primitive values, we use double equals to method. That means if we have a condition like if a equals to double equals to b, that means we are comparing a and b values. If these are primitive values, then we can use double equals to method. That means primitive values, then we can use double equals to method. But for comparing string values, double equals to method is not recommended. We have a method called equals. We can use this equals method to compare two strings. The reason why double equals to is not recommended is, so this is double equals to method. Let's see why double equals to method is not recommended to compare two strings and why equals method is recommended. Okay, so double equals to method. This double equals to method, in the case of strings, it compares the reference points. So let's say I have created two strings using string literals. So let's say string S1 equals to Subbu and string S2 equals to Subbu. So both are of the same value Subbu, and I have created these two strings using the string literals. In this case, what happens? In the memory, so let's say this is the memory. In the memory, first Subbu will be created. And let's say the reference point for this one is 0x444, something like this. So S1 will be assigned this value. And when we are creating any string with a string literal, then first it comes to the memory and checks if there is a string already available with the same value. So if it is available, then it will assign the same reference point. That means this one also will become S2. So in this case, the reference points will be same. So since double equals to method, it compares the reference points. If you use double equals to for this one, then it gives you the correct value, saying that yes, they both are equal. But let's say I have created the two strings using new keyword. So string S1 is equal to new string of Subbu, and I have created another string S2 equals to new string of Subbu. In this case, since I am using the new keyword, it will create two reference points. It won't use the existing reference point. Let's say the reference point is 0x444, and for this one the reference point will be 0x555. Let's see. So in this case the reference points are different. In this case, double equals to method, since it compares the reference points, even though the string values are same, it says that the values are different. So that is the reason we should not use double equals to method. But equals method, it compares the actual values. That means it won't compare the reference values. So no reference values comparison. It compares the actual values. So that is the reason for strings it is always recommended to use equals method instead of double equals to method. Let us see this one more time. So comparing two strings in Java. How we can compare two strings in Java? Normally, if we have primitive values like integers, doubles and all those things, then we will use double equals to method. But in case of strings, double equals to method is not preferred and we have a method called equals. So what is the reason double equals to method is not preferred? Because double equals to method, it compares the reference points and not the actual values. So when we create a string using string literals, so in this case string s1 is equal to Subbu and string s2 equals to Subbu. So if this is the memory here, first it creates a value and this is the reference point. So when I am creating another string with the same value, it first comes into the memory and checks if a string is already available with the same value, then it assigns the same reference point to the string. So for S2 also the reference point will be 0x44. In this case, the double equals to method works because the reference points are same. It compares the reference points and it says that the values are same. But let's say I created the two strings using new keywords. So string S1 is equal to new string of Subbu, string S2 is equal to new string of Subbu. In this case, in the memory, so first it creates Subbu with reference point 0x444, and even though for the second string also, even though the value is same, it won't use the same reference point because we are using new keyword in the memory. It again creates another string with the same value Subbu. So, but the reference point will be different. In this case 0x555. So in this case, if we use double equals to method, it gives an error because the reference points are different. Even though the values are same, it says that the values are not same because it compares the reference points. So for strings, it is always recommended to use equals method instead of double equals to method. Let's see an example for this one. I am creating a new class here and the class name is string comparison. I am using main method. Click on finish. So the class is created. So here what I am doing is I am creating two strings. One is string s1 equals to Subbu and another string s2 equals to Subbu. So these are the two strings we have created. Let's use double equals to method. Since we are using string literals, the double equals to method should say that the values are same. So if s1 equals to s2, then print system.out.println s1 and s2 are same. Let's run this one. Run as Java application. So it is printing that S1 and S2 are same. Now let's create the strings using new keyword. So string S3 equals to new string of Subbu. And another string I am creating string S4 is equal to new string of Subbu. Now let's see, the values are same. So let's see what happens if we use double equals to method. Okay, I'm just copying the same thing and I'll change the values here. So if S3 equals to S4, then S1 and S2 are same, else system.out.println okay, this is S3 and S4. So S3 and S4 are not same. Let's run this one and see what it prints. Run as Java application and it is printing that S3 and S4 are not same. Even though the values are same, Subbu and Subbu, it is still saying that the values are not same. S3 and S4 are not same. The reason is we have used double equals to method which compares the reference points, but since we are using new keyword, the reference points are different for S3 and S4. That's why it is saying that the values are not same. So this is the reason we should not use double equals to method. It is not recommended to use double equals to method for string comparison. So let's use equals method. So I have copied the same code and I am saying S5 and S6. So I have created two strings using new keyword. So in this case the equals method is S3 dot equals of S4. So this is the method for this one. So if S3 equals to S4, this is not S3 but we have to use S5 and S6. So print S5 and S6 are same, else print S5 and S6 are not same. So let's save this one. So we have created, we are using equals method. So let's see how it works. Run as Java application. And now you can see that S5 and S6 are same. So the values Subbu and Subbu are same. So this is the reason it is always recommended to use equals method instead of double equals to for string comparison. Next one is concatenating two strings. Concatenating strings. For concatenating strings, we use plus operator. Let's say S1 is a string which says Subbu and S2 is a string which says Selenium, and I would like to concatenate these two things and I would like to get Subbu Selenium. So I can use S1 plus S2. So plus is the operator that is used to concatenate two strings in Java. Let's see an example for this one. I am creating a new class here and I am giving the name as concatenating strings and I am using main method. So I will create two strings here. One is string S1 equals to Subbu and string S2 equals to Selenium, and I would like to print the concatenated string Subbu Selenium. So system.out.println S1 plus S2. Let's run this one. So run as Java application. So Subbu Selenium. I would like to print a space between these two. So then what I can do is I can print another plus symbol, then I'll put a space between these two. So let's run this one more time. Run as Java application and it is printing Subbu space Selenium. So this is how we can use a plus symbol to concatenate two strings in Java. In this video we have seen how to compare two strings and how to concatenate two strings. If you want to download the document for this one, go to my repository at github.com/subbustech and then go to selenium-java-tutorials. This particular video starts with 21b. So search with that one and you will see this here, selenium-java strings-comparing and concatenating two strings, and you can download this document. In the next video we will see how to check if a string is a substring of another string.